All right, Saintsman, back again. My apologies about that. So, going over what we got here, discussing elements of the 2022-2023 school year, and some elements of this course, both for geometry and what you guys can do to be prepared for the first day and for the course in general. So on the front page in Canvas, I published this last night. You should actually all have access to this. I know some of the freshmen are getting access to Canvas today. I'm right now broadcasting from my classroom, room 320. There's some freshmen floating around campus right now, most of them at least. So a few resources. First thing is all these front page links. This is going to be a huge help for you guys. One of the things is that the textbook that our curriculum is based off of, and where we will actually take some of our problems, is right here. So you guys can actually click on this, and it's going to give you access to, sorry, I need to actually click with the part that says click for textbook access. But you guys can see right here, if you continue on to and click on where it says geometry, and you know this textbook right here, I'm going to circle this guy up for you guys. That is, oops, I have the Algebra 1 thing highlighted. In that geometry book is going to be all of the course materials. Right now it is available for free online. I don't know how long the publisher is going to continue to do this. The publisher has done this for a couple of years now. But if you have not ordered the book yet or not received the book yet, it is at least available online. It was available all throughout the last school year. Hopefully it continues to be that way. The next thing I have here is my lecture notes. Everything that I'm going to do with direct instruction in class, this is the last year's lecture notes, and actually I think even some previous years. I'm going to get that cleaned up so it's only syncing up the current year's lecture notes. But if you happen to miss what we're doing in class, well, you can rewatch. Each individual lesson is pre-taped. So I do have a YouTube channel that is filled with all of the class instruction. But you can also find those notes that I do on here where we click for lecture notes. Big thing for you guys to finish is actually going to be for the very first day is we're going to take a look here at the syllabus. On the last page of the syllabus that you have access to, it's in the very first assignment. You'll open up that syllabus, and the last page here is where you see the parent signature / contact page. You need to print this out. If you do not have access to a printer, we do have one on campus. If you don't have access to a printer at home and you don't don't need to leave home or scour to go get a printer. I know one of the issues is always that the printer doesn't have ink. What you can do is literally just copy the information from this page onto a blank piece of paper, just with a pen, and get this information and get a parent signature. That'll suffice. I don't need it to be exactly this piece of paper. But if you don't want to have to create your own document, here you go. Just go ahead and print this guy out. It's the last page. I think it's the 5th page. Fill this out, and you are going to scan and put that in. Now, gentlemen, how do we do that? Well, I'm going to show you guys. There is a video here which says how to submit files in Canvas. It is in all capitals right here, okay? This particular link is going to give you a video that was created by a former student, a gentleman named JD De La Cruz, who's very dramatic. It's a pretty funny video. And he shows how on an iPhone that you can use your phone as a scanner to create a PDF. I highly recommend that you use Microsoft OneNote to create your PDFs. I use it all the time when creating professional documents, and then you can utilize that to upload to Canvas, because all of the papers that you will submit to me outside of your assessments will be done electronically in this way. Right now, if you're already with me, it means that you're watching me on my Twitch channel. I am going to do some lessons there. I will be doing live streams of completing our practice quizzes and practice tests, just to give you guys an idea. So that's going to be available for you guys, and I'll be trying to do those in the evenings, but sometimes I do them in the morning at tutoring hours and do them live. Some things to go over in the syllabus. I think it's important for day one, so you guys are show up prepared and we're all ready to go. In particular is with, where did we go? Is with supplies, because I've gotten actually, a number of your parents have contacted me, which I think is interesting. Gentlemen, this is a high school class. You're men in high school. We got to take charge on some of these supplies. I know you don't necessarily have the money to buy them, but this is your class, and your name will go on the report card. So make sure that you're on top of this, and it's not just mommy and daddy doing it for you. The supplies here, I've got some number 2 pencils. Big thing is that you're going to want to show up with the following. You'll need a red pen by the end of the week, okay? The red pen is something that we're going to use for correction, so you're going to need that for Thursday or for Friday. So that's one thing that if you have time today or tomorrow to go out and buy, make sure that you get them. They're cheap. The other thing is that you're going to take all your notes, and I do a note check during the semester in a composition notebook. So this is something that I require. If you take a look here, this is Staples. This is from the website. These are 47 cents a piece. I know, right? So I don't get accused of telling students to run out and buy a bunch of stuff. These notebooks, if you look, have the binding on the side right here, right? All of that is, there's no spiral in it. I do not allow spiral notebooks to be used in my classroom. If you do use them, then there is going to be a bad result for you. I do write detentions for that. So make sure you do not show up in my classroom with a spiral bound notebook. More stuff here, getting back to the syllabus. A calculator is going to be needed. So there's 2 things that you guys can go ahead and take a look at. One of them is, I'm a big fan of the Texas Instruments calculators. They have a TI-30. TI-30X is usually what you'll see it as. They're somewhere between $10 to $15. It's a scientific calculator, so it means that it performs trigonometric functions. It does sine, cosine, and tangent. SIN, COS, TAN. You're going to see those 3 buttons on it. The other one is that I do say like their graphing calculators. You'll need one later on in mathematics. So it's one of those buy once, cry once situations. They're about $100 to $110. They're not inexpensive. It's obviously much more expensive than the alternative, but rather than tell you to buy new calculators, it's going to do everything the scientific calculator can do and more. You'll need at least a TI-84, but probably something higher. But the TI-84 will do pretty much all the jobs you need it to do from now and through when you take calculus at some point. There's some other things here: protractor, compass, etc. Cell phone usage is limited in my classroom. They're prohibited outside of when there's going to be a short window when I allow you guys to submit your homework assignments or your class assignments in a given day. So I'll let you know when that time is. But if you don't have access to a phone, I know some students have just merely a flip phone, which I think is awesome. We do have some scanning resources in the library. And if not, we'll just meet with me and we'll talk that through on how to get you to be able to submit your assignments each day. One thing here in the syllabus that I want to discuss is my test correction policy. I get questions from students about, hey, can I turn into these old homeworks for credit? And the answer is no, you can't. I don't allow that at all. I do not take old homeworks. So, the only there's obviously that I'm not totally inflexible. Obviously, when a student is absent because they're sick, they have a little bit of time to make it up. But when December rolls around, I'm not accepting old homeworks from September and October. There's no real way to make up points in my classroom, with the exception of the following: my test correction policy. I want you guys to take a look at this. Okay, I'm going to be a little enforced deadlines. I got better at it last year than I was the year before. Year before was heavily affected by pandemic policies. Last year, a lot less. So I was able to enforce some of those deadlines a little bit better. But if you have less than a 70%, there's a test correction policy that I'll discuss with you guys. This is the big thing. When you score less than a 70, it's on you. You got to come back to me and do these test corrections. You should do it anytime. If you're an A student, one time you're below the 70%, you got to do it. You don't have to, but it's really in your best interest to do so. This is what's going to make a difference in your grade at the end of the semester. This is what will change your grade by many, many points. Your homework, you're going to find out, I've changed the weightings of this. Your homework's only worth 10% of your entire grade versus where quizzes and tests are worth a significant amount. Like, it's 85%, 75% of your grade overall combined with the two of those. So that's really the big mover. Really, the final exam is just another test and quiz. So 90% of your grade is made up of assessments. There's no redo on the final, so hence final. So this is one of those things where the homeworks are going to prepare you to take those tests. I wouldn't focus so much on perfect scores, which I give a lot of those with homeworks, but I wouldn't worry about that as much as being prepared for those quizzes and tests by doing the homework. So I get it. People have bad days, so I've got the test corrections. Academic integrity, gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you guys to make sure that you take a look at this. You need to show all of your work. Not showing your work is a violation of academic integrity. Students on tests, if you provide me a correct solution and no work, you're going to have some problems. It's going to be some that are going to result in both failing academic marks, no credit, in addition to problems by being referred to the Office of Student Services for us to sort out, what's going on there. So, that could be a problem. Last but not least is I just want to go over the tutoring situation. Gentlemen, I am available every single day of the week. There's no excuses that I can't be found. The school's tutoring hours, that schedule went in last year. That is frankly less than what I've always done here at Saints, and less than what I do. Tuesdays and Thursdays, there's morning tutoring hours, but I am available Monday through Thursday at lunch. Obviously, Friday morning, we have some morning office hours. I have an obligation on Fridays to do some campus supervision at lunch. It's the only reason I'm not in here available to do more tutoring or office hours for you guys. So, in addition to that, Mr. Isaac has, and I have it down here, the math peer tutoring program in room 212. Every morning he's available at about 7 o'clock. Sometimes I'm not always the greatest resource. Sometimes you'll find a peer at Saints that's going to be able to help you with your math more than I do. So that continues to be a resource, and I encourage you guys to go there if that's going to help you. So looking forward to seeing you guys the first day. You guys have an assignment. It's to go through the syllabus that's online and get that signature page all printed out. And you need to scan it. You will not turn a paper version into me. It's going to get scanned and submitted. That's how we're going to make sure that you know how to submit every single one of your homework assignments. So there we go. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the first day.